What's up, my beautiful carbonated people? This video was to tell y'all the real meaning of Valentine's Day and where it came from, because black men and women are held to such a high standard on this day. And before the 1929 St. Valentine's Day massacre, it was other things going on. See, the holiday was already established in 1929. We talking about a long time ago when this originally started. So us as black people are having arguments with our wives, our husbands, our boyfriends, our girlfriends about this particular day, and it's not a day that's for us at all. So let me get into the whole actual truth behind this day. So while some believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which probably occurred around 270 AD, others claim that the Christian church may have decided to place St. Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia, celebrated at the Ides of February or February 15th. Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as to the Roman founders Romulus and Remus. Now, if you look at my post prior to this video, it talks about Romulus and Remus and them being the founders of Rome. So, kind of moving along from that. To begin the festival, members of Luperci, an order of Roman priests. So when we start talking about Roman priests, we know that there's nothing good that comes out from Roman priests and two little boys, because the Catholic priests and the Romans have always been into homosexuality. So the founders that originated this were actual homosexuals that were into having sex with little boys, agape love, and things of that nature. So the Roman priests would gather at a sacred cave where the infants Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were believed to have been cared for by a she-wolf or a lupa. So this story here is not an allegory. Romulus and Remus were said to be the twins of the alleged god Hercules. So in order to have these twins live up to their father's name, they breastfed them by a wolf. They were breastfed by a wolf inside of a cave. Now, does that sound like Neanderthals to y'all? Because it definitely sounds like what they was doing as Caucasoids in the Caucasus Mountains. But not to kind of linger around that too long, let's get back to the topic. Okay, so the priest would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would then strip the goats into strips, dip them into the sacrificial blood, and take to the streets, gently slapping both women and crop fields with the goat hide. So when we talk about walking around with a bloody hide and slapping it up against women in the middle of a town, everybody in the town is walking around with blood and animal blood and all of this all over their body and stuff. And it was said to be an honor to be slapped with this animal hide with blood on it, because it was allegedly going to make you more fertile. So it kind of goes back to what's going on to this day. You know, white women have always needed help with fertility. But moving along from that also. So far from being fearful, the women weren't fearful of this happening. Roman women welcomed the touch of the hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. Later in the day, according to legend, all the young women in the city would place their names in a big urn. The city's bachelors would each choose a name and crop fields with the goat hide. Far from being fearful, Roman women welcomed all of these things. So later in the day, according to the legend, the bachelors would choose a name and they would become paired for the year with whatever woman that they chose. These matches often ended in marriage, so they say. So to sum it all up, Valentine's Day was about taking two little boys into a cave with Catholic priests, sacrificing two different animals, cutting the animal's hide, putting blood on it, walking through the city, and slapping the women with a bloody hide to make them fertile. And then from there, putting all of the women that were slapped with this bloody hide name in an urn, and the bachelors picking up the names and, okay, this is the woman I got. This is the woman that I'm going to mate with. So anybody was mating with anybody, and they say allegedly it ended in marriage. But for real, it sounds like some real sick shit, the original meaning of Valentine's Day. And the Romans have always been against Africa. So let's not get caught up in these days that were put into place and weren't ever our traditions. We love our black women. We love our black men all year round. So we don't need a day to validate the love that we have for each other. Black people are naturally lovers. So they had to force love. So let's not get caught up in all of they things. Let's separate ourselves and get back to our own African spirituality and African traditions. Thanks for watching. Peace.